time and a place for attempting to make things happen. But most often, the best thing you can do is to respond to what's going on around you. After all, you and I both know that trying to control anything really is a waste of time and effort. Plus, making something happen is just another way to say you want to control or force something to be a certain way. It's you actually wanting to be right. Like, as in, I know the right way this should be, and I will make or force or control until it is that way. Making things happen, controlling circumstances, forcing something to be different, all tend to be super hard work. And all that effort doesn't typically reap great results. So I've been thinking about this because in human design terminology, I'm a generator. And my best strategy is to respond to things. But for most of my life, I've been a controller, and I've used my will to make things happen. So when I was told by more than one human design coach to simply respond to whatever life brings my way and to stop trying to make things happen or control outcomes, I was a bit miffed. I mean, how would I ever get anything done, especially if nothing new was appearing in my life that I could respond to? The way I saw things, I spent most of my days making things happen. I didn't understand how I would progress on anything if I was just responding. So, everything revolved around me making it happen. If I wasn't making something happen, taking action, doing something, controlling things, to me, it just seemed like everything would fall apart. It would be chaos, and I wouldn't accomplish anything on my to-do list or whatever. So professionally, responding seemed like a really broken strategy to me. Because what about like marketing my monthly transformational coaching program? The Inspired Creator community needs me to be putting information out and marketing it so that I attract new members, right? What was I supposed to respond to so I'd gain new members? Especially if no one was contacting me about joining. I mean, if they were contacting me about joining, I could talk to them and, couldn't make them join, but I could at least do something, right, to try to control the situation and move them in the direction I wanted, to influence them. My latest book project. Well, how was I supposed to respond to that? Like, maybe I'd get a creative urge to respond to and I could sit down and write, but what if I didn't? What then? It seems like that wasn't going to work very well. And personally, the strategy of responding didn't inspire confidence in me either, like from that personal standpoint, because like, what about making myself work out daily? Or what about controlling my calorie intake, or forcing myself to fold and put away laundry, or empty the dishwasher, or any of the other things I don't really like to do? It just seemed like if I was responding, none of that stuff would happen. So after some thought and some trial and error, I discovered that you can still get a lot done by responding. And it's way easier than making things happen. For instance, I can respond to a coaching session that I deliver to the Inspired Creator community members by sharing about it on social media. That counts as marketing. And I'm simply sharing my excitement or my insights, right? So I'm responding to the session by doing these things. As for my book project, I realized I can respond to the desire to write or not write in a variety of ways. So I could pick up my laptop and dive in when I'm inspired, right? And just start writing. Or I can respond to my lack of creativity or urge to write by writing at a different time than I planned. Or maybe doing something like reading a book and letting that inspire me. To respond to my daily workout action item, which is always there. It's on my habit tracker and, all of that, as is write my book, not fold laundry. To respond to that, to working out, I can see it as an opportunity to feel better about myself and my health, or even a way to free up some calories for dessert tonight. If I'm not feeling energetic, I can respond to that state of physical being by going for a walk rather than lifting weights, let's say. And as for that laundry, when I see the baskets of clean or dirty laundry, I can choose to respond by putting laundry in the washing machine or folding it and getting that feeling of, I should handle this off my mind. I could also respond by ignoring it and just saying, I don't want to do that right now. So you see, responding is all about choice, and you always have a choice about how you respond. Whatever you see, hear, feel, or think, you can choose how to respond. And the same goes for what people say or do, and circumstances and experiences that arise. You can choose your response to those too. So slowly but surely, I'm increasing my awareness of the opportunities to respond to things. And that includes responding to my husband's moods or my friend's requests or my energy levels or my commitments or sales emails from marketers and all kinds of other things. I pay attention, excuse me, I pay attention to what's coming into my sphere, and then I respond to it. So just this past week, I had 2 opportunities arise, and I immediately was conscious that I hadn't sought out these opportunities. They just kind of showed up. And now I could respond to them. I could say yes, or I could say no. They were career oriented. So I definitely saw this as an opportunity coming in, something for me to respond to that might move me forward, right? But on a personal level, I also see that, I also have chosen new responses to, for instance, my husband's work frustration. I chose not to react. I responded by allowing him to have his own experience and not to get involved in it or to fix it. Normally, I want to control his mood or make him happy or fix the work situation, right? But my new response, rather than my reaction, allowed me to give up trying to control his mood and make him happier or fix his work situation. Now, I want you to keep in mind, because I've said respond and react, I want you to keep in mind that responding is different than reacting. And more often than not, we react to things habitually, which means it's an unconscious habit. If you're like me, you habitually react, your habitual reaction is to make things happen, control the situation, or force something or someone to conform to your standards or to the way you think it should be done, to your right way. If you didn't think that, you probably wouldn't be reading this blog post or watching this video. I always have a blog post with a video. So a reaction might be getting angry at my husband when he feels frustrated at work. That's my typical response. Get angry and want to fix it. I might also suggest he look for a new job or hire help. This is my way of making something happen, controlling the situation, forcing some change. That's my habitual reaction. We all have habitual reactions, but these are not responses. Responses are thought out and conscious. They involve a choice about how to behave, to think, to speak, etc. So each time you find yourself reacting in a habitual way, maybe one that doesn't work very well for you, you have an opportunity to do it differently, to respond instead. So there are many ways to respond, I am discovering, many opportunities to respond, and responding can, to me, feel so much easier, and it's less frustrating and just a much better strategy. So whether your human design is like mine and your strategy is to respond doesn't really matter, because this idea of responding rather than reacting, responding rather than making things happen, rather than controlling things and fixing things and forcing things, is much better. Try responding, okay? Try it and let me know how it goes for you. I'm Nina Amir, the Inspiration to Creation Coach. I am a transformational coach and a certified high performance coach. I help people get from where they are to where they want to go by stepping into being the best version of themselves possible, being the version of themselves who can do the things necessary to be at point B, to be at that place where they want to go. And usually the only thing standing in the way of that is you. So that is my job. It's my honor to serve as a coach to people, to help them move from where they are to where they want to go without anything getting in the way, which is mostly themselves. I use personal and spiritual growth in what I do. I believe we are spiritual beings having a human experience. a physical experience. And so we need to address both aspects of who you are, the entirety of who you are, if we want to create transformation. So if that's of interest to you, click above and join the Inspired Creator community. It would be my honor, as I said, to be your coach and to help you create the transformation you want from the inside out.